What's up, guys? So today, I'm recording in the morning. Again, I recorded like 2 or 3 videos yesterday, which I'm really proud of. Um, so here's the thing. Something happened, and so I don't have my phone anymore. I used to not have my Xbox or my computer or my phone, which means I was left with no electronics that I could use to record. And that also meant that I was in the dark for like half of the night last night. But I told my mom that I was getting paranoid because I actually was getting very paranoid. I cannot be in silence, especially in the dark. But I did have my LED lights. It's just weird. So she gave me back my Xbox, and then I need my computer for school. So I was like, I'm gonna record a quick video in case she does take my computer again after school, or like after I do schoolwork and stuff. So yeah, but that's besides the point. Help a girl out by subscribing. All I'm asking you guys to do. I really appreciate it. Um, here's just a random question that I want you guys to answer. Why are you guys viewing my videos from like 3 or 4 months ago? I mean, I don't mind. I honestly do. But a video I made 4 months ago, almost 5, it was like the video I said I was going to basically remake, but it's going to be different. The Dabe Shinjo Aizawa one. Um, that video has 8,000.6 views. 8.6k views. That is crazy. I didn't think one of my videos were gonna get that many views, because when I had a video that was at 1,000, I was surprised. So yeah, but today the video we're gonna be making today is how would the class 1A boys propose to you? I was on TikTok. Well, I was watching TikToks on my Xbox on YouTube, and there was like 3 videos of proposals, and I was like, oh my god, I can make a proposal video on YouTube. That's perfect. So thanks TikTok for that. So yeah, and you guys all know, since I sim for bakugou, todoroki, and kirishima, they're gonna be the first 3 that we do. Also, denki's gonna be the 4th, and then we're probably gonna do deku, lida, tokoyama, then sero. That's how the order's gonna go. I'm probably not gonna remember this, but let's get straight on into the video. Also, this is just me realizing that the guy over here, that's Aizawa. That's not Sero. Because there's a scar. We're gonna believe he's Sero, so let's believe Sero is Aizawa for now. Today was graduation day. You may be asking, what graduation? Graduation of UA. You had finally finished. Now, you and bakugou have now been officially dating for 2 years, because you guys have started dating on the last day of the first year. Now, when you started dating bakugou, you thought, even though you guys were dating, he was going to still be very explosive. But that was totally different. He was super kind, he was super nice, but it was only around you. In his 3rd year, in the middle of it, he had got a tongue piercing. Who would have thought Bakugo would get a tongue piercing? Actually, no, he would get a tongue piercing. Because he would try to look bad. But that's beside the point. You guys had finished your graduation thing, and all the girls were about to take a picture. Little did you know, this was actually a setup. This was a setup for something that was going to happen very, very soon. Okay, gather around, when I said. All the girls got in a group and was about to take the picture, which Kirishima, Mina's loving boyfriend, was taking a picture. Now all the boys were huddled behind Kirishima, besides Bakugou, which honestly was kind of surprising. Now, he was just standing there smiling until the picture was done, and Kirishima had started pointing behind you. All the girls were actually about to look. They started looking, and then Mina kept patting your shoulder. You turned around to see Bakugou on one knee holding a ring. I know this might sound really stupid, but ever since I first saw you, I couldn't take my eyes off of you, and when I started dating you, I felt like the happiest man in the world. And ever since you started dating me, that made me know that you put your trust in me, and I always put my trust in you. So, listener, would you make me the happiest man on this world and marry me? He said. You couldn't even muster words right now. Your boyfriend was proposing to you right here in front of everybody in UA. So you just nodded and ran up to him, hugged him, basically knocking him down. You could hear him lightly sobbing, happy because you said yes. People started clapping like crazy. There's about a good thousands of people. And he just did it in front of everybody. I mean, I'm not surprised. It's Bakugou we're talking about. You guys had your wedding on the beach, and you had your honeymoon at France. It was your 5th-year anniversary. Yes, you guys have been dating for 5 years now. No, of course, you would expect, a lovely dinner or just something that's surprising. But this time it was staying at home. You were confused. Shoto would always do something special on your anniversary. And you? No, he had not forgotten. Right now you're sitting at the dining table eating lunch. When Shoto comes out of nowhere. Hey, I got a question to ask you. Can you step outside? He said. Sure. You got up from the table, and walked outside. There was a Lamborghini sitting right there. Is this my car? You said. He nods. You was about to run to it until you saw a sign on the door. You read the sign out loud. Will you marry me? You turn around to see you were basically crying right now. Are you being serious? You said. He just nodded. You nodded yes, and he put the ring on your finger, kissing him straight after. You couldn't believe this was happening. This was the happiest. You had your wedding at a grass field near the house. Loki already did a video on Kirishima, but we're basically gonna redo that video. Today was your birthday. Yes, your birthday. It has been officially 2 years since you basically left UA, but 3 years since you started dating Kiri. Now you had basically told Kirishima that you didn't want a birthday party. Now he followed that rule, but he said he wanted to at least have a group of friends over to celebrate, which you happily allowed. So all of the Baku squad and the Deku squad came over. Bakugo was pretty mad since Kirishima bought the Deku squad over, but he knew that since it's your birthday, it's what you want. Now, then he also invited Momo and you know just other people like your parents and his parents and Mr. Aizawa, but the other people in class weren't invited for reasons I don't know. You guys were in the middle of cutting the cake, or really, yeah, cutting the cake. When he said, all of a sudden said, "Stop." You looked at him confused. He walked up beside you and holded your hands. "There was a reason why I didn't give you a birthday gift," he said. "You had already opened gifts, and he didn't actually get you one, which you was pretty disappointed about. Because the gift is actually in my pocket," he said. He goes in his pocket and pulls out the ring, gets down on one knee and says, "Listener, will you make me the happiest man in my life, and marry me?" he said. He was basically already in tears. "Yes, 1,000 times yes," you said. He puts the ring on your finger and you hug him. Everybody started clapping. You could even see Bakugou was happy for him. You had your wedding right outside your house because you didn't want anything big. And you had your honeymoon, and you and Dinky were currently at Disneyland. Now, Dinky wanted to do this just for fun because he knew how you always wanted to go to Disneyland and you never got to when you were younger since your family trauma. And so Dinky kind of just, you know, took you now. It has been officially 3 years since you guys started dating, and 1 year since he left UA. Now, both of you guys have got a week off of pro hero work. Basically, just hero work in general. Now, he had told you to stop because he needed to tie his shoe. Now, you being the person you are, you were low-key surprised that he knew how to tie his shoe. So you waited, and he asked you to turn around real quick because he saw something cool. But he didn't. He actually was down on one knee with a ring. I did this for a reason. I really, 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 really wanted to propose to you here, so that's why I kind of brought you here, but I also knew you wanted to come here. So, will you make me happy and marry me?" He said very happily. You nodded, and he put the ring on your finger, suddenly kissing you and hugging you. You guys went to Disneyland a year later, and had your wedding there at like a private spot. Okay, so I'm sorry if that was low quality because I accidentally stopped the recording, so I had to like use the voiceover of that for this. So let's get on with Deku. It was the day before graduation. Now, everybody the day before graduation got to start moving their stuff back home so they wouldn't have to stay at UA any longer. Now, certainly, Deku wanted to do something special for you. And so he had this very lit up trail that went all the way onto the beach. And then it had a beautiful little picnic at the end of the trail. Both of you sat down on the trail, eat, and talked until he told you to stand up. He wanted to fix something in your hair because he thought something was in it. But really, nothing was in it. Both of you standed up, and then he got back down on one knee. You were shocked. You thought he was just going to fix your hair, but He really was getting down on one knee. He couldn't even muster the words because you could see he was stumbling. I I just wanted to say that I really, really loved you and I wanted to spend the rest of my life with you. So please, the day before graduation, make me the happiest man in the world and marry me, he said. You nodded yes, and he put the ring on your finger, soonly kissing him and hugging him after. Your wedding was at the exact same beach where you got proposed at, and you guys didn't really go on a honeymoon because you didn't really want to travel. You are currently at Ida's house, meeting his family. Yes, you guys have been dating for 2 years now, and you're just now meeting his family. That was because his family has been very busy. Now, you guys were at dinner when all of a sudden he said he needs to go get something, and asked to excuse himself, which his mother certainly replied, of course. And then she started smiling very widely, like if something was going to happen. Soonly later, he pushes the chair that he was sitting in out of the way that was right beside you and got down on one knee. I know this might be a little unprofessional, but I would really want you to, I really want to take your hand in marriage, he said. You were so happy that you couldn't even muster words. I mean, of course, you idiot, he said. He took his, he took your hand, put the ring on it, and you instantly kissed him and hugged him. All his family clapping. His mom paid for the wedding, which was in France, and you guys had a honeymoon in France, just exploring. Both you and Tokoyami like the dark. You've both always liked the dark. Now, one day, you guys were looking at stars, and it was nighttime. And he knew that he wanted to propose to you. He just didn't know when. And he knew you liked stars, so he knew he wanted to propose to you under the stars. He had all of a sudden got up. Now we're gonna imagine that Tokiyami, like the bird thing, is just like a hat or something, and under it is like how the cosplayers do. That's how he looks. And he got down on one knee right in front of you. I took my mask off for this, so this better be worth it, he said. I remembered you like stars, and I remember that you like dark, so I wanted to do this right here, right now. So would you please make me happy and marry me? He said. You were so happy, you instantly said yes and grabbed him and hugged him. He put the ring on your finger and kissed you. You didn't know if this day could get any better. Sarah. Now, Sero does a lot of things at the wrong time, talk about the wrong subjects at the wrong time. Recently, you had found out that your grandma died. Now, he was currently crying on his shoulder when he all of a sudden said this. I know this might be the wrong time to do this, but I want to try and make you feel better, so I'm going to do it now, he said. He gets up from the bed where you were sitting down and gets down on one knee. You put your head in your hands and say, Oh, God, you're such an idiot, he said. I know, but I want to make you happy, and I want to be happy too with you. So will you make both of us happy and marry me? He said. You laughed a little bit and said, Of course I would marry you, you idiot. He puts the ring on your finger and hugs you. And basically, you guys just hugged for the rest of the day. Basically, him sobbing a little bit because he was happy, and you crying because you miss your grandma, and also you're happy. So it's basically a mix of happy and sad tears. That is the end of the video. So, little thing before we go. I started recording this at 8 no 7:43 in the morning. It is officially now 1:54 in the afternoon. I totally forgot I had classes today. I was like 2 minutes late for my first class because I had forgot about classes. So like, and I was sick yesterday, so I like didn't go to like half of my classes. So yeah, and I did this in between classes and kind of during classes when the teacher wasn't talking. I had nothing to do. So yeah, but again, like I said in the beginning of my videos, please help a girl out in subscribing. It really does help me out. Um, Also, go to my Tumblr. I will be posting updates. And if you guys, you know, want any requests, please go to my Tumblr or to my Instagram, because that's where I will be, accepting the request. I will see them at comments, but I really, will do them in between Tumblr and Instagram, because that's where I can find them easier instead of going through comments and stuff. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, or wherever you are. And peace.